Hello, the name's Dash, and I'm here to talk about Loki, the Lamentis episode, which is season 3. As you remember, the last video I talked about episode 1 and 2 together, and I reviewed them. And I also said how we last see Loki and Sylvie escaping with each other through the same portal, and that's what this episode focuses on. And interestingly, they both end up on this moon called Lamentis, and that's why this episode is called Lamentis, which is quite interesting to me. And this moon is actually about to be destroyed, and now they're trying to find out a way to escape, and that's what this episode focuses on. And through this way, they smartly show the chemistry between Loki and Sylvie, because they're stuck on the same moon together. They're finding out a way to escape. They need each other's help, so it makes sense that they're gonna have to deal with each other throughout this whole episode, and thus we get to see their chemistry. And interestingly, their chemistry was quite the opposite between Owen Wilson's character as Mobius and Tom Hiddleston's Loki. But sorry about that. And because the reason I say this is because of the fact that Owen Wilson's character Mobius and Loki had this somewhat of a friendly chemistry. Like they were friendly. They would listen to each other in a friendly manner. And if you look at Sylvie and Loki's chemistry, then they both kind of, well, not exactly Loki, but Sylvie hates Loki more than Loki hates Sylvie. She's always so hesitant to talk to Loki. Like every time Loki tries to talk to her, she gets annoyed. The only reason why she's with Loki is because Loki has this TempPad which got them to the moon in the first place, and Loki won't give it back. And this leads to my next point, which was this hilarious scene. Actually, there were multiple hilarious scenes, but one of them was the scene where Sylvie she tries to mind control Loki in order for her to get the TempPad from Loki, but unfortunately it doesn't work. But the funny part was how it initially looked like she was about like kiss him or something like that, thus making it look like she was falling in love with him. But actually, she was just trying to mind control him, which didn't even work. So looking at that, it kind of was hilarious. But speaking of falling in love, there's a scene on the train, which is another funny scene, hilarious scene to me, when like Loki learning about love is like love is an imaginary dagger, like that's what they both come up with. But initially Loki thought to like what Loki learned was love is hate, because that's what he thought Sylvie was trying to tell him. And the moment he writes that down with his magic pen, like he gets using his magic, she gets so irritated. She's like, "Oh, shut up!" Right, and that was a hilarious reaction for me, and I'm pretty sure it was for those other people who watched it. Because the reason for this was, I mean, it's kind of obvious. It kind of looked like Loki was saying love is hate, probably because Sylvie hates him so much, and it looked like Sylvie probably loves him. That's why she shows so much hate to him. I mean, that's what I thought what Loki was thinking, and that's why she got mad at him for thinking it like that. Because Loki thought that Sylvie actually loves him, but that wasn't actually true, I guess. But we will see about that. And however, after now that I've talked about the hilarious scenes, I wanted to talk about this somewhat of a disappointing scene, which is exactly after this scene where like some guards come into the train and try to like kick them out of the train. But then of course Loki and Sylvie fight back, right? But then the problem is that they kind of like nerfed Loki in my opinion, the way he fought, and he easily got taken down by the guards, and he gets easily taken down, and it's for that reason why he gets thrown out of the train. Which I thought to myself, I mean, he beat up Captain America back in the 2012 Avengers movie, and what a coincidence because he's right there, if you can see. Am I pointing at him? Yeah, there. So he beats him up, and now he's getting taken down by some trained guards. So it didn't really it didn't really make sense to me, I guess. So that was the only disappointing scene, just seeing Loki just being so nerfed down. But apart from that, he had some pretty cool magic skills at the end of the episode. We see him taking down those same guards with his magic, and so did Sylvie. So that was pretty cool. Kind of a makeup for whatever happened on the train, because Loki was so nerfed on the train. But now they make up for it by making him stronger at the end of the episode. Speaking of the train, I noticed. I'm pretty sure also many other people noticed how that scene on the train, which was like the idea of the train was something like this, that only the wealthy people can go on the train because that train was gonna like get those people out from the moon, help them escape from the moon, whereas the poor people were left to die on the moon as the moon was going to be destroyed. And this kind of reminded me of this movie called Snowpiercer. And in that movie also there's this train that's like taking everyone. The poor passengers are left in this very congested and dirty compartment, whereas the rich people, they're at the very front with a really luxurious compartment with luxurious foods, whereas poor people had this like bug flavored jelly to eat. That's the only thing they ate, whereas the rich people had like hamburgers and stuff like that. So, and I think that was a pretty good callback. Speaking of callbacks, another movie callback was the scene where Sylvie and Loki, they go to meet this old woman to ask them about how to escape from the moon. So the moment Sylvie enters, the that old woman, she shoots her out of the house, right? And this scene was a callback to this movie called Kill Bill Volume 2, which is a Quentin Tarantino movie, pretty popular movie. I'm pretty sure many of you might have watched the movie. So there's a scene where like Uma Thurman's character tries to enter this caravan, but then there's this character named Bud who's already waiting for her with his gun, and then like he shoots her and then she goes flying away. So pretty similar scenes. And honestly, and I just wanted to add one more thing before I just conclude this video, and that was the opening scene. I really found the opening scene to be quite smooth in my opinion, because when they're bringing the Marvel logo, I remember like there's a song by this singer named Haley Kiyoko called Demons in Demons in My Head, I believe. It's like, please forgive me, I got demons in my head. And that was actually a great choice, because when I saw like the scene where they actually play that song, like there's this agent who's actually being mind controlled by Sylvie, and that's the reason why they play that song. They use that lyric, "Please forgive me, I got demons in my head," at the perfect time, exactly when Sylvie is playing with her mind, because she literally has demons in her head, and that demon is Sylvie in this episode, in this situation. Now, before I finish I end this video, I wanted to say there are two things I'm particularly looking excited to. Sorry. And those two things I'm looking forward to are how they escape from this moon, because at the end of the episode, we see the ark that was supposed to get them out of the moon actually gets destroyed. So now they're stuck on the moon with no way to escape. So I'm looking forward to that. And second of all, there's a scene where Sylvie tells Loki how all those B-15 agents who bring all these time variants to the TVA, the Time Variant Authority, they were also once human beings, and then they were brainwashed to become B-15 agents. So that really is quite shady about TVA, in my opinion, and that makes me wonder what the TVA is truly up to. Like, why are they really after Lady Loki? More importantly, why is Lady Loki after the TVA? Because she might actually not be so bad after all. And sorry about Lady Loki. I meant Sylvie. Like, she might not be so bad after all. Instead, it might be the TVA who might be the real villains, and she just wants to stop them because of that reason. Because they might be having some different kind of intent. Like, the original intent we learned was that how they want to like stop alternate timelines from happening, and that's why whenever they see something that was not supposed to happen, they like get those variants to their TVA authority, the Time Variant Authority. And which got me wondering, is that really what they're about, or is there something even worse than that, or is there something really bad they're really up to, or do they really have some kind of ill intent which we don't know yet? And interestingly, one of the prediction I've learned is that Kang the Conqueror, who's like an Avengers villain, might actually be behind the TVA, might be running the TVA, or something like that I've learned. So it's possible that we might see him in this show, but who knows? And so yeah, that's really it actually. So that's what I'm just looking forward to see. what the TVA is truly up to, and of course how they escaped from the moon Lamentis. Until next time, I'll see you later.